Okay, we are going to talk pork chop sheet pan meal. This is actually so good. My family had it not that long ago, and it's less than 30 minutes. It's definitely budget friendly, and it serves us for like 2 days. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the bar pan here, which this is the older version. I've actually had this stone for 16 years. The newer one pretty much looks the same, maybe just made just a little bit different, but as you can see, the edges and the bottom and everything kind of darkens. When you get it, it's more of a pale color like that. When you're cooking on this, my biggest tip for you is do not put anything frozen in the center and not around the edges. So you can put frozen food on here, like fish sticks or like frozen chicken breast or anything else like that that's frozen, but just make sure that you fill up the entire stone. So whatever you're cooking with a stone, you just want to make sure that the food is in all of the surface. That kind of helps so that there's no like cold and then hot and cause like some friction that would maybe cause a break in it. So we don't want to do that. So you have your stone. We are going to go ahead, get our meat ready and get that down. So I'm using 6 boneless pork chops. We have some oil mixed with a little bit of salt, pepper, and some onion powder here. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush the tops of those with a little bit of that seasoning, just to season it all up. And then, just for the sake of touching other things, I'm gonna go ahead and use some tongs to lay these. Now I've got the one side brushed, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay the opposite side down. And what's really nice with this stoneware sheet pan is that you can use, it'll fit 6 perfectly down each side of it. So we're gonna put them right on the edges of the stone. Set this over to the side. We are gonna add some more of that salt and pepper mixture right on top. I'm using a basting brush here. This basting brush is silicone, so it's not gonna end up getting bristles or anything like that in our food. And we're gonna use all of that and season that all up really nicely. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. So I actually have the green beans already washed. I use a little micro cooker here. You can add your water in there to rinse it, pour it in the sink. It has the little holes on here, so it makes it really nice. You can actually microwave this also if you wanted. For this recipe, it's all gonna be baked in the oven. So we are gonna go ahead and dump and measure with your heart, just about a tablespoon or so of oil. We're gonna just put a little bit more of that onion powder on here, and then we'll do some salt and pepper. And I'm just using our grinder set here for the salt and the pepper. I love that fresh peppercorn on there. To me, it just makes it so much better. We're gonna use this same lid. Oop, there's our oven. It's all ready to go. So we're gonna use this, stir it all up here, and I'm literally just gonna dump it right in the center of our pan. I did go ahead and pick apart all of the green beans just to make sure that they were all good. And we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven. So once we have the pork chops and everything, we're gonna bake this for 10 minutes. I just wanna make sure, of course I'm doing this here, but I wanna make sure that I don't have to add the cream cheese. Okay. Perfect. So we're going to cook it for 10 minutes at first, and then we're going to top it with a cream cheese mixture after that. So throw it in there, and it's in the oven at 450, and we're going to put it in, like I said, for 10 minutes, and we'll let that cook. While that is cooking, we're going to go ahead and get our cream cheese mixture set up. So after 10 minutes of cooking, we are going to take this cream cheese mixture, and we're just going to put a little dollop on each one of the pork chops and put it back in the oven for an additional 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. So this recipe is super quick and easy. We're using some Italian seasoning. Now all of our seasonings are gluten-free and they're dried, or I'm sorry, they're dehydrated, they're not dried. And so that means when they get wet, they have a whole lot of flavor. So I love all of our seasoning mixes. And this is Italian, but it's a mix. All of our seasonings have a mix to them. And then also in here, we're also gonna put some breadcrumbs, which I have measured out here. So 2/3 of a cup of breadcrumb. And we're just gonna mix that with that cream cheese until it is fully mixed together. And the trick with this is you wanna make sure that your cream cheese is pretty soft. I am using some whole wheat breadcrumbs as well, panko breadcrumbs. So you can use, you know, whichever breadcrumbs that you like, but we got that all mixed up. Now this is just gonna kind of sit over to the side for the 10 minutes. And like I said, after 10 minutes, we're just gonna take a little bit of this, put it on our pork chops, and then let it cook for about another 10 minutes. This is also going to call for a wedge of lemon. It's really good to put a little bit of lemon juice on once it comes out. So we're going to use our veggie wedger and wedge up our lemon here. I did already cut the bottom part, but you've seen how easy that is, and it just kind of makes the perfect little wedges. So, and it actually makes just enough. We have 6 pork chops and we have 6 wedges of lemon, so it's going to go perfect with our recipe. So there is that. And then the last thing for this recipe, we're going to take 1/4 of a cup of ketchup and 1/2 a cup of raspberry jam. And we are going to mix this together here. And this is the Measure-All cup. I just love the Measure-All cups because they have the perfect measurement for you. So we're just going to mix this up a little bit. And in the last 10 minutes when that is cooking towards the end, I'm going to go ahead and heat this in the microwave for just about a minute or so. And that ketchup and the raspberry, they go so nicely together. And what we're going to do is use this as a topping to go on top of our pork chops when it's all done. So the only other thing that I like to add to this recipe is some rice. So you can have any kind of rice that you would like. You can use plain rice. You can do a wild rice. Tonight, our family, we're going simple. We're just using this cheddar broccoli rice. But that is our recipe in a nutshell. So in less than 10 minutes, we have everything thrown together. I can walk away, let that cook up, and dinner will be served in less than another 10 minutes from now. So you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed seeing this recipe, and you can let us know if you want some more recipes as well.